Bill C-2 is of a very similar nature. It is an issue that was being brought at the door. All of us are aware of the issues. And it's interesting, the very last question was, well, the Liberals are quote-unquote misleading, which is just not true. I've been listening throughout the day to members of the Conservative Party speak. Let me give you an example of misleading, Madam Speaker. We had not one, but two Conservative members of Parliament stand in their place, try to give Canadians, people that are following the debate, a false impression. They were trying to say, well, look, you're going to get this legislation is going to enable, people working in the post office to open up whatever letters they want. That's what they were trying to give the impression. That it was just as easy as, a letter sorter going through the mail. Oh, this one looks interesting. I'll open it up. That's not exactly what it says, as I get heckled, Madam Speaker. But that's what I mean. They either don't understand it, or they are intentionally misleading Canadians. The reality is that if you take the legislation...
Where are all your members? Where are all the Liberals? Point of order.
The honourable member from which one? Sorry, which one? Oof. Edmonton Southeast, yes.
Madam Speaker, I do want to point out that it's not lie. Quote unquote allows Canada Post.
But nobody said it was a lie. Nobody said it was a lie. It is not a term that is used in the House of Commons, and that is debate. I'll let the honourable member for Winnipeg, the honourable member for Kamloops, Johnson, Nicola, on a point of order.
Madam Speaker, during the last Parliament, Speaker Rhoda drew a distinct line. In fact, I asked a question, and I believe it was Mr. Mendicino, when it was Minister Mendicino at the time, and he used the term intentionally misleading. If you are deliberately trying to obfuscate, you are deliberately trying to do something, that is akin to lying. Unparliamentary language, it's been said from the chair, it should be repeated again with all due respect to the chair. Thank you.
What are we talking about? What, I'm sorry, what are we talking about? I mean, honestly?
That's what you said. I said you don't understand it or you're intentionally lying. Exactly. You take a choice.
Well, okay, we're not going to debate on the use, but nobody said anything was a lie, and that was the term that was used when the point of order was raised. So the honourable member for Winnipeg North.
Madam Speaker,
oh, sorry.
It's kind of like a warning.
Sorry, the honourable member, I have to interrupt the honourable member again. The honourable member for Sarnia on the same point of order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was one of the people of which the member was alluding to, who asked a question about what the criteria for Canada Post would be for them to be able to open. And the member said that I was intentionally misleading Canadians, and that is not a fact. And you could consult the Hansards, Madam Speaker, and you would be convinced of that yourself, I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay, so I will ask the honourable member for Winnipeg North to maybe be more prudent in the expressions he uses to describe what colleagues say or do not say, and let us proceed with his speech for the 5 minutes he has left.
Speaker, I will have to reread what it is that was actually said. My understanding of what I said was that the members are either completely unaware of what it is that they're saying, or they are intentionally misleading the House. There is an option, Madam Speaker. I'm not accusing them of intentionally misleading the House. Now, Madam Speaker.
But that is exactly what leads to the debate on this issue, is precisely reusing the same expressions. Honourable Member for Edmonton West.
Point of order. We've gone through this before in the House, and actually in a previous debate I had with the member opposite, I asked the exact same, I stated the exact same thing. It's either the numbers are lying in the public counts or the members purposely misleading the House. I was ruled by the chair that I could not say it because it's inferring the members lying. He is just using the exact same excuse.
Precisely what I just said.
We asked
Resign.
Precisely what I just said. We are going to stop using something. Well, we all know that we can't do indirectly what we can't do directly, so I'd ask the honourable member to be prudent. Thank you. The honourable member for Winnipeg North.
I'll let you be the judge. Now, we had members in the Conservative benches stand in their place and say that if you allow this legislation to pass, what you're doing is you're allowing Canada Post personnel, like the sorters, actually pick through the mail and open it up, which was just not true, Madam Speaker. What the legislation actually does is it enables law enforcement officers or agents the ability to go out and get a warrant that would enable them to open up an envelope. Yes, that is true. That is true, Madam Speaker, and that's why I said I really don't think they understand it. You see, today, if I put into a yellow envelope something that might be good, might be bad, and I put it into the mail, the police, even if they can get a warrant, cannot open that envelope unless they wait until it arrives at the destination, and then they get the envelope at the destination. That is the law today, Madam Speaker.
Okay, Professor.
And members across the way are challenging me on that fact.
No, we're challenging.
So, and they're challenging me on that fact because they believe, Madam Speaker, that they can just, Canada Post and the staff there are just going to be able to rifle through all the correspondence that's going through, and therefore a threat to Canadian liberties. There are checks that are in place.